Today Dong Fu invites you to delve deeper into the Dhammapada, the 19th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel TN Thai in USA. Dhammapada, verse 19. Though much he recites the sacred texts, but acts not accordingly, that heedless man is like a cowherd who counts others' kine. He has no share in the fruits of the holy life. Dear friends on the path of awakening, dear brothers and sisters walking this human journey filled with challenge and possibility. Today we enter deeply into a verse that opens our eyes gently to the true nature of Dharma practice. Though one may recite many sacred scriptures, though one may know the teachings by heart, though one may even speak on them to others with clarity and eloquence, if one does not live them, if one does not practice the Dharma in one's daily life, then the essence of the holy life remains untouched. Like a coward counting the cows of others, we may count the teachings with our lips, we may repeat the truths with our tongues, but we do not truly possess them. They do not nourish our hearts. They do not bring liberation to our minds, unless we embody them in action, in thought, in conduct, in inner transformation. This verse, though brief, points us to a great distinction in the life of a practitioner. It asks us honestly, are we only speakers of Dharma, or are we also doers of Dharma? Are we merely collectors of words, or are we cultivators of virtue? Mindfulness, wisdom, compassion. Let us reflect deeply on what it means to recite the sacred texts. In ancient India, the teachings of the Buddha were memorized and passed down orally. Monks and nuns would chant them daily. Lay followers too would learn the verses. They were repeated not as rituals alone, but as reminders, as guideposts, as treasures to keep the mind aligned with the path. But the Buddha says, even if one recites many such verses, if one fails to practice, it is like owning a map and never walking the road. It is like holding a seed and never planting it in the soil. No fruit will come. No flowers will bloom. Unless the Dharma enters the life as action. Why does the Buddha use the image of a coward who counts others' cattle? It is gentle and clear. A coward looks after cows, not their own. Someone else's wealth, someone else's animals. They can count them, feed them, even admire them. But at the end of the day, those cows are not theirs. They have no claim, no share in the benefit. Likewise, we may admire the Dharma, praise it, share it, memorize it, but unless it becomes part of our own direct experience, unless we allow the Dharma to challenge our habits, our ego, our speech, our reactivity, then we are like the cowherd, outside the field of liberation. Now let us ask, how can we begin to turn this around? How can we make the Dharma truly ours? The answer is found in the word practice. And the heart of practice is action based on understanding. The Buddha taught not merely for admiration, but for liberation. He did not give teachings so they would sit on shelves or be quoted in debates. He gave teachings to show a way out of suffering, a real path for all beings to walk. To understand this deeply, we must reflect on right view and right action. The Eightfold Path begins with right view, the correct understanding of reality, of karma, of impermanence, of suffering and its cessation. But right view alone is not the goal. It is the foundation for right intention and all that follows. Let us say someone recites the teachings on impermanence daily. They chant, "All things are impermanent" each morning. But then, they get angry when things change, when loved ones leave, when plans fall apart. If we truly practiced the teaching, we would have prepared our hearts. We would have softened our grip. We would meet change not with resistance, but with awareness and compassion. So we must return again and again to this truth. The Dharma is not something to perform. It is something to become, to integrate, to embody. And this takes time, honesty, and consistent effort. The verse speaks of a heedless man. What does heedlessness mean in the Dharma? It means living without awareness, without mindfulness, without remembering the path. It means being so lost in habits, cravings, distractions, that even when we speak Dharma, we do not hear it ourselves. There is a Zen saying, talking about food will not satisfy hunger. This is the essence of the verse. Talking about liberation does not liberate us. Discussing mindfulness does not make us mindful. Quoting the Buddha does not make us awakened. Now some might feel discouraged. I have been reading sutras for years, but I still get angry. I still worry. I still crave. But take heart. The Dharma does not judge us. It simply invites us back. Back to the present moment. Back to the breath. Back to kindness. Back to letting go. Back to the living path. Reciting the teachings is beautiful, but it is only the beginning. It is the first of 3 steps the Buddha often taught: hearing the Dharma, contemplating the Dharma, and practicing the Dharma. Hearing alone is not enough. We must reflect. What does this mean in my life? Where am I holding on? Where am I blind? Where can I grow? And then, we must live accordingly. This is the heart of transformation. When we stop seeing the Dharma as something outside us, and begin to experience it as our own inner truth. This verse also gives us a beautiful mirror. Are we practicing just for knowledge? For recognition? For pride? Or are we practicing for awakening? For freedom from suffering? For the benefit of all beings? Let us take a moment to turn inward. Can we find one teaching we've memorized but not yet embodied? Perhaps loving kindness, non-attachment, generosity, patience. Now gently ask yourself, how can I bring this into my next breath, my next meal, my next conflict, my next moment of silence? To live the Dharma does not require robes or titles. It requires sincerity, honesty, mindfulness, and a deep humility to see where we fall short, and the courage to try again. And slowly, steadily, that which was once only recited will become real, alive, present, transformative. This is the fruit of the holy life, not admiration, but awakening, not memory, but mindfulness, not words, but wisdom. We often live in a world where knowledge is praised, where memory is rewarded, where speaking well is considered a sign of intelligence. But in the Dharma, wisdom is not measured by words. It is measured by how we respond to suffering, how we treat others, how we live when no one is watching. In the holy life, there is no need to impress. There is only the invitation to awaken. We do not chant to show we are learned. We chant to remind the mind, to bring it back to the path again and again. You may know the 4 Noble Truths. You may chant the Eightfold Path. You may speak of non-self, of emptiness, of compassion. But if your heart still hardens in moments of insult, if your speech still wounds in times of anger, then the teachings remain like unopened letters, delivered, but unread. The purpose of the Dharma is not to fill the mind, but to empty it of delusion, greed, and hatred. That which we know must become that which we embody. Let us bring this home. Ask yourself gently, when I speak to my family, do I speak with mindfulness? When I meet someone difficult, do I meet them with compassion? When I make decisions, are they rooted in Dharma or ego? These are not questions for guilt. They are questions of awakening. Each moment is a gate, an opening to bring the teachings into real time, into life as it is. And know this, Even a single moment of genuine practice, of sincere mindfulness, is more precious than 1,000 words spoken without presence. Even the great arahants, the fully awakened ones, did not speak much. Their life was the sermon, their actions the scripture, their stillness the deepest verse. We must now look deeper into what it means to share in the fruits of the holy life. The verse says, "The one who does not act accordingly has no share in its fruits." What are those fruits? The fruits are peace, clarity, freedom from fear, compassion that flows without effort, the release of suffering, the quiet joy of a heart unburdened by greed or hatred. These fruits are not given by others. They are not achieved by display. They ripen naturally from inner cultivation, from the daily watering of mindfulness, the gentle pruning of wrong view, the sunlight of loving kindness. Like a gardener who chants about flowers but never plants a seed, we cannot expect blossoms in the heart if we do not engage with the soil of practice. And the soil is our daily life. How we eat, how we speak, how we respond to mistakes, how we listen, how we let go. Each time we restrain from gossip, we are living the Dharma. Each time we forgive, we are practicing the path. Each time we sit quietly and observe the breath, we are honoring the teachings. So let us now recommit, not just to learn the teachings, but to live them. You may recite one verse only, but if you live it with depth and sincerity, it will carry you across the ocean of sorrow. This is the holy life. This is the true recital of Scripture, not with the tongue alone, but with the entire being. Let us leave today with one intention: to be mindful not only of what we know, but how we live, to let every sacred verse echo in our walk, our touch, our silence, and slowly, as the seasons change, so will our hearts, and the fruits of the holy life will ripen, sweet and natural, not because we counted cows, but because we tended our own field. Thank you for watching my video. Namo Amitabha. I wish to bring this merit towards all disciples and sentient beings, all of whom will attain Buddhahood. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to review the short sermons of the Buddha. Thank you for listening to the Dharma.